I want to share with you on the topic summer work. And this is based on an idea. The idea is simple. The Jamaican expression "come work," I encountered it after hearing some laborers on a construction site speaking about the importance of not wasting time. And so, as they were doing the task of decking a roof, we could hear them shout to each other, "Come and work! Come on!" Because the buckets were being thrown too slowly. In other words, it is a lot of work, but in light of the work that we have to do, we must move swiftly. And so, in light of this, I want to suggest to us that there is a question we must ask ourselves in light of the two passages that were read from Matthew chapter 9, verses 35 through 38, and Matthew 20, verses 12 to 16. Here is the question we must ask: why am I here? But I want to pose a question to you. So I am going to ask you that question: why are you here? Now, this question is important for the simple reason that it is comprised of a simple construct, but yet it is profound in how it may be perceived. And so I would like to show you three quick things about one question. Here it goes. The question, why are you here, is profound because it requests your purpose. So as you have come to the harvest, why are you here? But my emphasis is on the question why. Why are you here? If we look at Matthew 20, the story that tells us how the owner of the vineyard goes to find several workers, hiring from morning till evening, we see where people come along the way, different legs of the journey, but the aim is the same: to harvest. The aim is the same: to get the task completed. There are some of us who are fresh on this journey, others of us who are weary and tired. Those of us who, as we toil on this journey, we are feeling frustrated, for we have been here through early morning sun, midday sun, and now in the cool of the afternoon, the work is still not over. And so we are wondering, those who have come on later, they move at a pace that doesn't seem urgent enough. We are asking, why are they here? But my question to you is, why are you here? So often we get caught up in what others are doing. We get caught up in the fact that the statement in your sub theme that the harvest needs you is the part that we lose track of. We are so focused on what everyone else is doing, and even may want to compare ourselves with what others are doing. And the reality is that the profound nature of this question probes: what is your purpose? What is our purpose for being here? But you see, we can get lost in everything else. But if we stay focused on the purpose, then we will remember how to be true to our calling. For the purpose keeps us inspired. The purpose should keep us motivated. The purpose should keep us grounded. And if we lose sight of our divine purpose, it means that the harvest will suffer. Why are you here? But secondly, we look at the purpose in asking why we are here. But notice, it is not just the purpose, but also the position, the person that is being referenced. For it says, why, but hear this, are you here? It is a reminder to us. As we come, we all have a role to play. So yes, it is one question, but this one question can be asked in different ways. So we focused initially on the why, but now we are focused on whom we are speaking to. The answer is you. You are the one that it is addressing. Why are you here? It is interesting to note. It's interesting to note that for many of us, as we have come, we are tuned to the purpose, but we give little value to the fact that God has chosen us. We are a called out, set apart people. And as God has called us and set us apart, we have forgotten that there are aspects of this reaping process that only us can do and carry out. Why? Because God has equipped each and every one of us with a special set of skills that nobody else can replicate. Each and every one of us has our unique calling, similar to a phone. There are many phones that have what they call biometric uh, passwords, which means that only your fingerprint can unlock it. There are people in this world that God has sought to reach and is seeking to reach through us. And the reality is, for many of those persons, if we don't step up to the plate and allow God to use our divine identity to unlock the potential within, they will remain a part of the harvest yet to be reaped. Isn't this why the owner goes out at diverse times trying to find as many persons as possible? Because he knows that while there are laborers, there is still a need for you. There is still a need for those who are yet to come. And so I want to encourage you that regardless of where you are on your journey, regardless of the fact that there are others who have come before you, regardless of the fact that as you come, there are persons who are trying to determine who you are and what you're about. Never forget that you too are called. It may not be that you were here from the start of the journey, but wherever you come along the way on this journey, it is also your calling. You have an important role to play, and you should never downplay that. It is a reminder to us of the divine equipping and the divine calling, and the fact that God will never stop calling until the work is done. And so, yes, there is a purpose, but yes, there's also a person, and that person is you. So we have looked at the purpose, we have looked at the person, asking the question, why are you here? But we also now need to look at the position. So why are you here? Your duty here and now is to fulfill the work of him that has sent you. Your duty here and now is to ensure that not only have you fulfilled the duty of him that has sent you, the purpose, but that you have walked into the person you are called to be. The reality of this calling is one that is profound simply because all of us have our calling, simply because all of us have been equipped in different ways to serve this God, but because all of us find ourselves at different legs of the journey. The reality is, I mean, St. Anne, and truth be told, on this day 37, I am seeking to do my part in this 40-day harvest. I have come not paying attention to the other 36 days, but knowing that day 30 7 is critical to the process. We cannot get to 40 unless we complete 37. My concern is not day 38, day 39, or day 40, day 36, day 35, or any other day. My concern is to do the work of Him that has sent me on day 37. I wonder if I'm alone on this platform.
No, you're
God's
not.
calling
With your preacher,
is for us to understand that we are here right now, because right now has an important ripple to effect tomorrow. You see, we are so focused so many times on yesterday and yesteryear that we have forgotten the God that we serve. That the pebble that we throw in today's pond will leave a ripple for tomorrow. We have forgotten that there is still yet work to be done. 1 hour still leave on the work. And until that work has been completed, then we cannot ease up. We can't ease up. For here what happened? We don't know when rain gonna fall. We don't know when storm gonna blow. And so we have to do the best work we can here and now under God's leading at such a time as this, because your calling is for this season. We must understand that if we are to engage in a time when we will fulfill the purpose of God, being the person that God has called us to be, then the position that we are in is critical. Today will make a big difference, not only in the lives of those who are yet to be saved, in the life of the person who God is using. It is the star for the crown. Not to say we are working for props, it's to understand that there is an unlocking to take place, and you are the one being called to unlock, but your position is unique. Why? How many persons from St. Mary can claim that they have been through all the different professions that I have been through, can claim that they were born in a unique time, early enough to understand the ways of old, but somewhere close enough to understand modern times, that can say that they have spent 13 years in the ministry, can say that they have done all these things. Nobody else but Gareth Irvin. This is my unique story, and I'm sure that your story is unique too. So understand, you are being called here and now is a call for you to understand that there are some people you will impact on the way that nobody else can or will. For your journey and route is different from everybody else. Same destination, but the route differs. The reality is, there are several ways to get to Kingston from St. Anne. It is a matter of which route we will take. Your position here and now is to travel the route that God has called you and make a difference in the lives of those that you are called to impact. Here is the problem with the passage. The writer declares, the harvest is plenty, or plenteous, but the laborers few. Notice, it is not that we don't have laborers. He's saying we do not have enough. In other words, there is enough work for everybody. We must remember then, as God calls us into purpose, calls us to personhood, to embrace us and embrace who He's called us to be, we are in a unique position. And this unique position is to be faithful to the calling that we have received. Remember, that in the story in Matthew 20, the laborers are now awaiting their pay. Arrangements have been made. They have agreed to a particular amount. But then they see persons who come after them receiving the same payment as they are receiving, and they begin to murmur. I pause to remind us that we should not be caught up in the reward, for the reward in and of itself is ensuring that a good job has been done. Pastor, what do you mean? I, I want the biggest mansion in heaven. Can I pause to say something to you? If you focus on the mansion, you may never do a good job. And if you don't do a good job, you cannot hear well done. Let me say that again because somebody missed it. If you are too focused on getting that mansion and place of rest, you won't focus on the quality of work to be done. And if you don't do a good job, you can't hear well done. The job and task then is faithfulness. The job and task then is diligence. The job and task then is to be faithful to the calling of Him who has sent us. So, in closing, one question, three perspectives: to look at the purpose, to look at the person, to look at the position. Here again, the one question asks three ways. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? I believe your sub-theme tells you the answer. You are here because the harvest needs you. I pray that God, by His Spirit, will reveal His divine purpose, unlock the person, and as you traverse in this position, know that you've been divinely equipped for such a time as this. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and may God bless not just day 37 of 40 days, but every day that He has called us to the harvest.